As I continue wrestling with why my father left and was never concerned enough to check on me or find out how I was doing or anything at all. I mean, as I said, I met him at 14, and I didn't learn until I was 6 or 7 that, well, okay, your father's supposed to live in the house with you. And that was a problem that only got more questions. I said, okay, well, if father's supposed to live in the house, and my father's not here at the time, I didn't know who he was. So fast forward, I grew up and continued to have questions that I couldn't ask because I knew where he was, but I was too shy and timid. So maybe I thought I didn't have the right to ask those questions. I was never brave enough to ask him. Why didn't he come and see me? Why didn't he include me in his life? Why didn't he attempt to be a father? He didn't have to be a dad. He didn't have to stay there all the time. I didn't need to see him every day, but just a father who showed that he cared, who showed that I mattered, who showed that I was worthy of the attention. As I grew, I just kind of swallowed that and suppressed it and began to think that, okay, if my father, the one man that should care about my existence, doesn't give a damn, then I wouldn't imagine that any other man would. I mean, why would he need to? I'd never been taught or shown, how you should be treated by a man, by someone who's interested in being part of your life. So I would take whatever I was given because I thought that's how it was supposed to be. And that just became second nature for me. I mean, I allowed my feelings to be trampled, and I allowed myself to be pushed to the back burner, to be ignored or, disrespected, because I'm like, okay, why should I expect any more from a man who's not my father than I've gotten from the actual father? And this went on for a while. I mean, for decades. I didn't push back. I allowed myself to be subservient because I thought that was me being accepting. It's okay. Well, so then I tried harder. Instead of holding the men I dated accountable, I tried harder. I honestly thought that if I tried harder, if I did more, if I showed them how special they were, or how much I cared for them, then as humans, so I thought, they would do that for me. They would say, well, yeah, okay, well, so I could do better. I can show her how much I care. It's okay. It's safe for me to do it. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. It's like the more I gave, the more they took. The harder I tried, the less effort they made. And this became my life, with what I expected, because I never thought that I was worthy of anything other than the mistreatment. And it went on for a while. And so I never looked at myself in the mirror and said, you were created this way, you're beautiful. Never thought that. And when I say I went decades without actually looking into a mirror, and you wonder how that's possible, it's possible. Because just like you may disappear in a crowd, I allowed my face to disappear from what I saw in the mirror. I would look at it, fix my hair, so I'd look above my forehead. And then I would look below my neck to ensure my clothes were straight. I would dress myself, but I would never look directly at myself because I didn't like what was looking back at me. I didn't like her either because those outside didn't like her. One thing I learned from that, after decades of putting myself last and putting myself out there for men that didn't care much about me, or sometimes people in general who pretended to be friends and they weren't. What I learned is that if you have no opinion of yourself or a low opinion of yourself, then people outside will create an opinion for you. They create this facade. And sometimes, whether you like it or not, that's what you become. But you don't have to stay that person. Just like I gradually learned to love myself and pulled myself back into the forefront and realized that I was just as good as anyone else. No better, but just as good. We're all equal. Anyone else can do it too. It's possible to transform into who you were intended to be if you want to badly enough.